I've gone over the rules in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times. Most of all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
We remind you, Sergey Kovalev's trainer, John David Jackson, spent 5 years.
The Kovalev fights have this kind of tension because he does hit with both hands so hard that he can change a fight with any shot.
In my ring commentary career, knocking opponents down with jabs to the body, not crooked punches to the liver or the solar plexus, jabs. If he can land those kinds of shots on Hopkins.
And relax. As you see, got Hopkins constantly on the move. That's what you have to do to an older fighter. You got to constantly.
Down goes Hopkins on the first solid right hand that Kovalev threw. Hopkins was down twice against Jean Pascal.
And Kovalev better be careful now. Although you had him down, Hopkins is like a wounded animal. He's going to be throwing big punches back at Kovalev.
Dramatically and vibrantly on the moment that Kovalev landed that right hand and Hopkins went down. Replay very carefully. You can see Kovalev's promoter, Kathy Duva, rise out of her seat and thrust her hand in the air.
One thing Kovalev did in that round was like he's doing now. He's not allowing Hopkins to take his time and rest. He's making him use his legs a lot. And that's what most young fighters don't do. But what he better realize is that Hopkins is smart and is going to be punching his body. And you saw there, he didn't go at his head, he hit him on the arm.
John David Jackson, you hear yelling from the corner, there you go, he's too old, his feints are slow. As though he's trying to control his emotions, not get too excited, control his breathing, not get ahead of himself, keep doing what he's doing.
He's landing punches, and Bernard's not throwing.
Which is what he better do, because that's what Bernard is.
Bernard deserved a warning for that because it was so blatant and intentional.
This is not a great referee. The best referee in the building.
That's why I said the real Bernard Hopkins has just showed up.
Yep. Kovalev gets him into a corner, lands a 1-2. Hopkins coming back. Almost got Kovalev with the left hook.
Yeah, he did get Kovalev with the left hook. Make him use his legs. He can't continue to be as strong as he normally is in the late round.
Well, if he forgets the body and keeps going to the head, the knockdown might have been fool's gold.
Yeah, but you saw how he got caught with a shot just then, looking for a headshot. That's what Bernard wants.
Well, if Bernard's age, does he have the reflexes to pull it off?
Every time Bernard walks himself into a corner, you can almost feel Kovalev salivating. Caught him with another hard shot there. Kovalev rallied to end the round. 3-0, Sergey Kovalev.
Harold, you may be right, you so frequently are, in the rumble in the jungle.
Think about what we just said, guys. The 49-year-old fighter.
Except you see how relaxed Hopkins is, even under this assault, and how anxious Kovalev still seems in the corner.
But he's getting hit. Bernard is getting hit flush with hard shots.
With a right or left hand.
He can put you to sleep. There's a good right hand by Kovalev again. That right hand scores as well.
Ever in his career. So why would he not wait and try to win the last 4 rounds, or maybe try to even would, then Bernard would start to show a little bit of a different reaction. But that's what John Davis is asking him to do, but he's not really doing enough yet. See how Hopkins took a gamble right there?
Kovalev told us yesterday that he's quite comfortable fighting at a slow pace, even though he was throwing 90 punches around when he blew away Nathan Cleverly to first become a light heavyweight champ.
It's working.
That right there, what he's doing is the best thing he can do. Make Hopkins use those old legs. That's the best thing he can do. In doing that, that wears Hopkins down as well.
I think Hopkins was hurt by something on the inside, maybe a right hook.
But see how he's making Hopkins work on defense? This is what guys don't do to Hopkins. They allow him to fight 30 seconds of every round, and Kovalev is not allowing him to do that right now.
Some red marking outside the left eye of Kovalev. Looks as though that eye might ultimately break open and show blood. Body shots.
Because Hopkins told him to come on. Oh, there he is. Good shot.
Well, the first fight only lasted about a round and a half. And some say...
Good right hand body shot by Hopkins.
But tended to fade in fights and was not the fighter Kovalev is.
can't say he wasn't the fighter. He just didn't know how to preserve himself as well as Kovalev does.
Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, I got it 60-53, 6 rounds to nothing. Sergey Kovalev. Jim, I'll tell you something.
Assume for a second that Kovalev falls apart in the last 4 rounds of the fight because of that. To win it requires a kind of power that he hasn't often shown.
Bernard's hitting him here quickly when they are. May not be true in Kovalev's case, but there's always that feeling.
No one has ever knocked out Bernard Hopkins.
Hey, stop.
And Hopkins has been hit and dropped in this fight.
And Kovalev is very smart, as you see right there.
Good body shot.
Making Hopkins use those legs, then going back to the body. Can't let him preserve his legs to throw big punches. Like that.
Down. Well, I thought he was going to go down. Hopkins weathered that right hand, but he's in trouble in the corner.
And he took a really good punch from Kovalev there.
Sure did.
A very good.
Well, it's hard to say how a guy Hopkins' age is supposed to respond to this because there's never been any.
Hopkins lands a right, the crowd goes berserk. But on Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard, he's got the kind of scoring pad that makes that seem irrelevant.
But you see, Hopkins has already done something that no one who's ever fought Kovalev has. Here he is in the 9th round.
Wily veteran, the best fighter by far that Kovalev has ever faced as a professional.
Up to counter shots from Kovalev. So there is a science involved in just extending the fight to the 9th round. But it doesn't, up to this point, involve a formula for winning the fight.
No.
Crowd booed.
Of course. He said all of his career he spent putting the crowds to sleep. And now he's trying to wake them up and become a little bit more entertaining. But this is not the guy to do it with early in the fight.
A brilliant New York Times magazine. And a simple way to look at tonight coming in was the more fight there was in the fight, the better the chance for Kovalev. The less fight there was in the fight, the better the chance for Hopkins. There's been enough fight for Kovalev to be well ahead.
A good right hand by Hopkins again. Puncher like Kovalev. He can't waste punches. He can't take risks. He's not a risk taker anyway. Never has been.
And a guy who can cut the ring forces the boxer to move more than he has to move.
Hey, Jim, I got it 9 rounds to nothing. 90-80, Sergey Kovalev. Tremendous punch. Has a lot of respect for Kovalev's right hand. But, you know, what can you say? Kovalev doing a number on him, hitting him harder in every single round, gets an extra point for the knockdown, and finds himself in the late rounds 10 points ahead, and I don't see him slowing down one bit. 9-0, Sergey Kovalev.
Tonight, incidentally, if we've learned anything at all about Kovalev, is that he is extremely smart and knows how to manage himself in there. It is not just a knockout destruction every time. Good hard left hooks by Kovalev, driving Hopkins back into the ropes.
Up to the body by Kovalev.
Smartest punch he can throw.
It also seems
And the
Kovalev,
safest.
he tastes that Kovalev power and thinks, let me get out of here.
And that helps Kovalev in a sense because it's hard for Hopkins. Oh, good right hand by Hopkins.
Oh, I think Kovalev did a little dance there.
But as Hopkins takes the risk, he opens himself up to take leather from Kovalev. It's bleeding yet, but it does appear that Kovalev has left the calling card.
Oh, good hook.
Hard left hook by Kovalev.
I think that left hook was the best left hook he's made. Oh, good hook by Hopkins.
Some spots, but not enough to turn it around.
That's the smartest thing Kovalev can do is use that jab to keep him working like that.
Don't hit him.
So that as these later rounds approach, he would doubt himself, and Hopkins hasn't done that, and consequently, in spite of Bernard's big shots here and there, Kovalev remains very confident and disciplined.
All right, let him go. Let the head go. Let the head go. Come on, man. Come on. Watch the camera, man.
No sign that Kovalev is tiring or wearing down yet.
He's been doing that since round 3.
Yeah. Be a little wider now in this round.
Hopkins gets in a left hook. Only 3 minutes left. Biding his time in Montreal. May eventually take a big fight against one of the other top fighters in the division. We'll eventually get to see Stevenson fight Kovalev after all. Although one of the reasons that this fight took place is that Stevenson backed out of a reported agreement to do so. And there are other young light heavyweights on the way up.
Oh! Kovalev is hurt.
Hurt
Yeah,
by a
hurt.
left hook.
Yeah, he hurt. I told you that's what Bernard was looking for.
He got caught a shot, went back, thought his leg was there, and it wasn't.
And now he thinks he wants to punish Hopkins.
Yeah, but that's...
There's some drama here in the 12th round. I don't know if Hopkins feels like Kovalev doesn't have the same mustard on his shots, but he seems less wary of Kovalev's punches.
Well, he caught a right hand there, and he's clowning to try to tell Kovalev he wasn't hurt, but he's getting hammered with hard shots in the corner right now.
This is a fight that Hopkins won't put in the fight. It's stupid on Kovalev's part to trade with him. But he wears
Kovalev
himself
wants
out.
to knock him out.
Yeah, he does.
He's ambitious. He's dominated the fight. He's got it in the bag. He's taking risks and giving Bernard a chance.
Yeah, he sure is.
.30 seconds to go. Kovalev still trying to score a knockout.
Right now.
And if he do, he would get Kovalev, because Kovalev is in bad trouble just walking ahead like that with his hands down.
Kovalev hammering Bernard Hopkins from pillar to post as we get to the final bell.
And guys, there were many who thought if it got rough for Hopkins, he would look for a way out.
Kovalev was not hurt by a left hook. Hopkins threw a punch that landed on the neck, and their knees got tangled up, and that's what caused him to fall off balance. We thought it was a good punch. Here it is right there. You see the toes. You see the toe. He's off balance because their toes got jammed up. And that was not a real punch. It was a push to the throat.
To the scorecards, Carlos Ortiz and Clark Sammartino score the contest 120 to 107. Lawrence Layton has it 120 to 106. All three judges score it unanimously for the winner. And now the unified light heavyweight champion of the world from Russia with love, Sergey Kovalev.